Peace, family. My name is Vicki Dillard. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel here on my personal page at vickydillard.tv, beloved. For those of you that ask, I know you've seen me over the years on multiple platforms and networks, but you can see national and international commentary of mine on African Diaspora News channel, their YouTube channel, and their app. Yes, every major place where you can download the app, we have one. Yes. But I'm also going to be making some announcements by fall on some other alternative media platforms that my message is going to be seeding out one broadcast at a time. So I'm so excited about that. I also still, beloved, have my upcoming yummy luxury magazine. We're doing pre-sales right now, and then we'll start doing direct sales later on for my summer fall goddess luxury magazine, which I'm so just obsessed with. And not only my cover I'm obsessed with, beloved, because I just really totally stepped out of the box when I did this one. It's so yummy, and it was so fun. So get yours today, brothers. Get this for the lovely lady in your life. Get this for your mama, your baby mama, your wife, your girlfriend, your fiance, your sister, your niece, your cousin. And go to my website at vickiplanet.com. We're going to pin my website link below. My website link is where you can find out about my products, my services, how you can join my monthly mastermind school if you want to level up your life. As well as also, that's the same link, my website, where you want to subscribe to my email list so that you're receiving direct notification. How many of you all know that sometimes on the platforms here, they will block folks' abilities to be able to even see and know where you are, which is why I'm so excited about the fact that I'm going to be on multiple alternative media platforms. How many of you all know that traditional media, we're in a different time now to where we're going to have to set our reach people in a different way. I've been doing that for many years now, and folks laughed at me, mocked me. But how many of you all know you have to be able to recognize power in its seed form to know what it's going to be able to produce later on? And when you don't have that discernment and that intuitive insight to know and to discern that, you will miss a huge opportunity. Now you're seeing major cable news platforms crater, fall, and you're seeing that a lot of folks are saying that they're not getting their news, and at the very least, they're certainly not trusting mainstream media anymore. They're making the transition, which is why so many of them try to do things to prevent, frustrate, and foil what it is that voices like Vicki Dillard are doing. But how many of you all know we were born for this moment? Yes. So, beloved, be sure to do that, and also join my text list. We're going to put all that information below in the comment section, so that way you can have that point of reference. I won't be long, but I will be strong. I talked about this on another platform earlier, and I want to share this story with you. Family, can you all see this clip real quick? And hopefully you can hear and see this okay.
Want this out. Fraud inside Kentucky's transportation cabinet. Licenses issued without a driver's test.
It is an ongoing WDRB investigation, and tonight we hear from a whistleblower who says coworkers used her login to pull off this scheme.
The employees were being paid underneath the table.
They say sometimes
I immediately let my supervisor know about it.
truth hurts. Did you ever think that this would cost you your job?
No.
And for Melissa Moorman,
I was angry for a long time.
this is one of those.
It hurts me that I'm talking about this, and I actually like where I was working at.
Times.
I came into the office that day. My computer was shut down. I was told to go to the front door. Detectives came in. They interviewed me. That was it.
Moorman says she was fired 3 months after she sent this letter to the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, blowing the whistle that workers at the NIA Center licensing branch were selling driver's licenses under the table to people who never took the driver's test.
Undocumented workers.
How did it work? What was going on?
Undocumented workers. Now she's sitting there talking to WDRB News. Yes. Now, mind you, this sister has worked for them for a couple of years. She worked through a contractor, but she worked in the actual office of the driver's license, motor vehicle place. Yes. Family, how in the world? This sister, she along with her supervisor reported the wrongdoing. She's going to talk a little bit more about this, but I have to throw my 2 cents in, is that number one, we have to be sure that we're going to support our sister and our people when they are blowing the whistle and when they're telling us what the hell is going on related to the schemes. Watch this, that local government and other, you're going to see here in just a moment, federal government officials are also credibly alleged to have been involved in. I say credibly alleged because she's suing them now. Y'all keep listening, okay?
The undocumented workers would come into the office in groups. They would provide them either permits or driver's license illegally. So they will bypass without even taking the test.
How much?
$200 a person.
Up to 5 times a day, she says. Was this an everyday thing?
Almost, yes.
I first reported on the driver's license fraud investigation in April after getting my hands on one of the state's revocation letters. We learned the transportation cabinet sent more than 1,500 of them in 5 months, telling drivers their license was issued in air and must be returned or they could be criminally charged. At the time, state officials confirmed at least 2 terminations, and ongoing state and federal investigations focused on the NIA Center in West Louisville and the E-Town license branch. But they denied all of our records requests, withholding 2,300 documents on the fraud. Mormon's story fills in the blanks.
I found out it may have been going on for a couple of years before it was found out.
We're told it wasn't as simple as people getting state-issued driver's license or permits without taking a test. She says 2 of her colleagues at the NIA Center approached her with a business venture, asking if she wanted to get in on the scheme.
Now, notice she said this only involved illegal migrants. Y'all know I am someone that puts foundational Black Americans first, our interests here in the United States. I believe in that. I strongly do that. That is what's righteous, that's what's good. And don't nobody come over here and play with my people. Y'all know I don't play about that. I'm foundational Black American and been on this train long before some of y'all brand new ones have. And I say that for those that think that you can check somebody that's been fighting for Black issues and specifically foundational Black issues. And then if I disagree with you on one little minor part, you want to throw a little hissy fit when you brand new. You just found out about this movement yesterday. In fact, what's today? Thursday? I should call you Wednesday because that's when you used to matter. Today. Don't play with me. By the way, the Vicki Show was a home of the hand claps and the gavel raps. It has been for many, many years. I had the gavel from a 20-year revelation that I had long ago before I even came online. I digress. I wanted to emphasize that because I'm someone that is still a woman of the nation. I believe because I'm the original woman, the whole world belongs to me. So yes, I am interested in both national and international news, but I keep everything in its proper place. And I am certainly fair about my coverage. Yes. Well, family, I wanted you all to see that she was explaining that this only had to do with illegal migrants, not legal ones, illegal migrants, this entire scheme, and that employees that work for government in this licensing office came to her to proposition her with this idea. Now she's training to be a supervisor. Y'all keep listening to the other stuff that she's going to reveal. Yes.
I was asked to bring certain customers in, and they are brought in to me without signing in. And you would scan their documents as usual.
Documents made to look legitimate, like birth certificates and social security cards, according to the letter she wrote to the state. But a key to pulling off this scheme was making sure the required Homeland Security screening was never run.
I start getting these
family, that's deep. Now look at the different intergovernmental agencies and bureaus that's involved in this. They're dealing with, what did they say? Fake social security cards, according to her statement and according to her lawsuit. You'll find it out later. She has a lawsuit against him. Well, they brought that up in the beginning, but that's what, according to her statement, fake social security, fake birth certificates, and involving Homeland Security. Keep listening, y'all. Keep listening.
Email saying, are you doing this? Are you doing this?
Now, I'm scared you missed this part because I cut it off at a weird point. Listen to this.
The letter she wrote to the state. But a key to pulling off this scheme was making sure the required Homeland Security screening was never run.
I start getting these emails saying, are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you doing this?
And that's where it unraveled. She says those workers were using her login, a password she says her bosses made her share, as all workers at the driver's license branch did not have their own. Mormon was training to be a supervisor.
I'm not even at my desk because I'm doing various duties or I'm not there for the day. So, things start kind of coming together. I'm like, what's going on?
Was it always undocumented workers?
Yes.
Every time?
Every time.
It does not surprise me.
That's not Vicki saying that. That's not us jumping to conclusions over here. I have no reason to do that. She said it was always what they call undocumented, of course, illegal migrants. Now, this lady you're listening to now is an immigration attorney. I want you all to listen to the tone and the tenor that this immigration attorney, listen to her tone and her tenor in this interview with the local news, WDRB. Listen to how she talks as an immigration attorney. Listen.
Adrian Trivedi helps people trying to obtain legal status, an immigration attorney for 14 years.
For those immigrants that don't have a pathway to obtain legal status, having a driver's license could mean the difference between getting home from work safely to their children, to their wives or husbands, and not for a relatively small price to be able to have that chance of avoiding deportation, even just for that day. They're willing to take it.
To Mormon, this license scheme.
I had to stop there. Now, family, I'm not trying to reach too much, but I'm going to tell you something. I know what it is to be an activist. I know what it is to have sued powerful people and entities and exposed fraud on multiple levels that I didn't even know exist until I started putting one piece to another piece to another piece to another piece, and involved multiple different jurisdictions from local, county, state, and even federal. And then this is when I end up being an unjust target later on because of some of the folks and individuals that I end up exposing. Now, I end up, of course, being upset and angry with people that I was, most familiar with that was on a lower level, until I found out just how big it was and how actually they were, unfortunately, mistreated too. So that's the only reason why I even halfway started looking into some of these other things, because there was so many different moving parts. Why am I bringing that up? I know the tenor and tone of certain attorneys about certain things. And the way this attorney is talking, I would not be surprised if her butt end up helping. Now, I'm not saying this because would never throw that out there. She ain't saying this. But the way this attorney talking, she sounded as if, well, this could be the difference between them getting home safe. Ma'am, I hope you weren't in that office advising these illegals to get illegal stuff. Of course, she wouldn't breach, I'm sure, the attorney-client privilege. But baby, did you know that they had these documents? I hope she didn't have no contact to know about that. I'm not saying that she did, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of them did. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not trying to intimate that she did, but I'm saying that her tenor and tone is not sounding like why it's important that folks get a lawyer like her so that they can make sure that they are trying to stay as legally safe and sound as possible. She's talking as if, well, this is what they do to stay safe, to get home safe. No, safe means don't come here like that. Illegal. That's what safe means.
Exploited people.
I didn't want no parts of it.
Mormon says she wrote this letter with her boss on October 29th, and she spoke to detectives 3 months later. She was fired the same day.
Gut punch, yes. Very hard gut punch.
She was 2 years and 3 months onto the job, but she didn't technically work for the state. Mormon was a contractor for Quantum, a staffing agency that Kentucky hired to help fill positions in driver's license branches when they took licensing away from the county clerks.
Please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Mr. Van Satten, this is Gilbert Corsi from WDRB News. The Michigan-based company did not return our calls or emails. It hung up.
It's shocking. Why would an employer punish and take retribution on an employee that reported this wrongdoing?
Mormon story. Now
Okay, now that's her attorney there, right? That's talking. Gary. Now I want y'all to look real close at the last part of this segment. There's a reason why I'm breaking this segment up like that, family, because we have to, I do everything according to the Copyright Act laws and rules, policies rather. I said laws and rules. Y'all look, I be trying to cross my T's out my eyes, baby. These devils out here is crazy. And even when you cross your T's and dot your I's and well-meaning, they still are devils about it, which is why we got to do other forms of stuff spiritually. Talk black to me, somebody. Watch this.
Part of a whistleblower lawsuit going after both the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet.
See?
She should be a hero.
She's
and
suing.
Quantum Solutions.
There's a failure to supervise these employees. There were obviously no checks and balances.
Kentucky State Police is on it. There are serious concerns, and we'll hold anybody accountable if they violated the law.
That's basically all Governor Andy Beshear would say.
Governor Andy Beshear. Governor Andy Beshear, y'all, is a Democrat, right? Remember, the news, this WDRB, that's the local news station that's doing this interview, the voices that you're hearing now, the footage you're seeing now. Remember, they initially started investigation in April, right? They only picked it back up. My understanding is when this whistleblower, this black lady, came forward, threw in by her lawsuit because her specific knowledge and information is what filled in the blanks for them. You see? But back in April, they interviewed the governor, Democrat, and asked him about this scheme. And they got him on record saying something here in just a second. And then you'll hear the news say how they didn't air that at first, but they're saying now it might be relevant, the part that they didn't air. What part is that, family? Watch this one more time. Now that I talked over a little bit of this, watch this little bit. Everybody be sure to hit that thumbs up button, share. Get your mini gavels from our website store at VickiPlanet.com. Make sure you get your timeless female angel calendars. Your life will never be the same. And join my school, among other things. Yes?
There are serious concerns, and we'll hold anybody accountable if they violated the law.
Wait a minute. I don't want you to. I want to start from the
Whistleblower lawsuit going after both the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet
She should be a hero.
and Quantum Solutions.
There's a failure to supervise these employees. There were obviously no checks and balances.
Kentucky State Police is on it. There are serious concerns, and we'll hold anybody accountable if they violated the law.
including
That's
you.
basically all Governor Andy Beshear would say as we pressed on this case in April. But there was a part of our interview that didn't make our prior report, and it may be important now. Is there an immigration component to this?
Not that I'm aware of.
WDRB is fighting in court for the paper trail to be made public, uncovering who knew what and when. Sometimes the truth does hurt.
I was hurt and depressed.
But Melissa Mormon believes
I really would like to get my job back.
it will set her free.
Well, ma'am, I hope you get a big fat check. And if you choose to get your job back, great. That's fine. I'm not going to tell nobody about not getting no jobs. But I'm just saying, watch this. Family, I'm trying to show you, number one, don't you think it's suspicious, number one, that they made the changes with the clerk, taking away the licenses ability from the clerk and put it off into this little spinoff branch for licenses? That's number one. Number two, it involves what? Fake Social Security, according to this woman's testimony and her lawsuit, fake birth certificates, and Homeland Security, among others. The Democrat governor is involved in this way back from April. Now, let me ask you something. Remember, the sister wrote the letter, y'all, back, I think it was November. So it was months prior. So this was known. The letter was submitted by the sister, as well as other previous, based on my other research from a previous article. There were other media inquiries. So the governor may be lying in April because the sister had already written the letter along with her boss, exposing it months before. I think it was that previous November. Things escalated later. The question becomes, how in the world can he say, be asked about a licensing scheme, and he claims that he don't know that there's not a immigration issue, or not to his knowledge, when the sister said it only involved illegal migrants, or what they call undocumented. Nobody else was involved in this scheme, according to the sister, sir, but them. And her letter was already written months before, so it smells like you lying, sir. I'm just saying, it looked like it. And plus, according to other research I did, other media requests and inquiries were already made to his office, so he definitely should have known. One other thing that I want to say, and I'm going to keep emphasizing, is this. Andy Beshear, the Democrat governor, that's the current incumbent governor. I think he's been the governor since 2019. Before he was governor in 2019, he was the attorney general for the state. I think it was from 2016 to 2019 before he took over that same year, 2019. So for approximately 3 years, he was the attorney general. The attorney general family is called an attorney general because they are the attorney for the general population for that particular state. You're not going to tell me that you're the top attorney for the entire state of Kentucky before you became the governor, and you're telling us that you were unaware of this letter, sir, and something that's so intricately related to this legal issue. No, that dog don't hunt. Something stinks. Somebody put a rat in the chat. Somebody took 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rats in the chat. Now, y'all know, some of y'all have seen me on other platforms that I help to build and bring profit to, like Dr. Boyce, some of his platforms, Nubian Queen, Your Black World, and other interrelated networks that I helped to take to the next level years and years ago. Some of you all know me from there. That's why some of you all have difficulty finding me now. But beloved, because I gave so much of my time and energy and magic over there. But nevertheless, I'm bringing that up to simply say, y'all know that since that time, I was talking to y'all about the fact that I can't wait to one day, as a dream of mine, go to the Kentucky Derby. And I told you I'm going to be out there, baby, just with the biggest hat that you can, biggest straw hat, biggest sundress, child. How long is the thing? It ain't but 2 minutes, right? I don't know nothing about the sport. Who cares? But I'm going there because I know, first of all, there were black jockeys back in the day too. So there's a bit of a history there. There's most times we don't know about that black history of top black jockeys. Of course, anything that matters anywhere in the world, no matter what it is, it's us. We dominated, which is why we don't ever hear nothing about it, or they try to restrict our presence there. But I told you I'm gonna be there in the Kentucky Derby, baby, just sitting there. I can't wait to go, baby. That's a dream of mine. But I just bring that up to say, honey, before I do that, there's something else going on in Kentucky besides Kentucky Derby that I had to address first, baby, before y'all start to see pictures and footage of me taking the trip out there. Mark my words, I'm going. But anyway, I just had to throw that out there real quick, beloved. Again, I cannot wait to tap into with you, family. I want to talk about my magic and share sacred goddess secrets with my divine feminine sisters. Get your Luxury Venus magazine, the pre-sales, before we start our direct sales later in the year. This is the summer fall issue. Of course, I'll be doing another winter spring edition coming up in a couple of months, but get yours today, your pre-sales. And then of course, we'll be doing direct sales later on. Of course, I'm going to be doing some of my intensive special schools in addition to my monthly mastermind. You can join that today at Vicki Planet, but I'm going to be doing a 60-day course just for men called Treasures of Darkness. There are a lot of men that unfortunately that are out there in these little groups that hate on women, talk crazy, want them to lower standards. Bruh, if the woman is too expensive for you, just get you a woman that don't mind your income, stay in your income bracket instead of dogging another woman. Just leave her alone. But instead of being that hater, why don't you just deal with a woman that's going to give you the sacred secrets so that you can use magic to manifest provision and resources for your family and your woman. I promise you, she gonna love you real good, baby, if you're taking good care of her. Yes, and the family. And stay away from groups of men that want to be married. It's okay if you don't want to be, if you're not married, because some folks don't want to be. But if you want a woman and can't get one, stay away from the people that are wifeless and unmagical. Where's my gavel? Stay out of groups where you and other men agree to dog women. They don't have a good woman either. They don't have a woman. any kind from any species. Don't have one. Want one though. That's the difference. If you don't want one, you enjoy being single, that's fine. But those that are out there that want people to lower standards because you want one. If you want one, stay away from the energetics of those that don't have them. See, when you stay in little groups like that to where you feel empowered with other men that agree with you, do you know that you're in that low vibrational energy where you're going to stay wifeless and broke full? That's from the dictionary, not the dictionary. The dictionary is my book of words. So you got to stay out of that energetic frequency. It's first spiritual. You understand? And so if you're not getting the woman that you want, it's something wrong with you in the unseen. Why? Because you attract what you are. You see? So you got to do some work on you. You got to do spiritual work. And besides that, once this divine woman comes into your life and you understand, you first align yourself spiritually with the divine feminine, you will attract circumstances, situations, and a level of happiness magically that the other average man doesn't. So you're not only going to be making money to cover the expenses of your household, your love making is going to be real good. You're going to be happy and smiling and stuff. And most importantly, she is too. You understand? So those men that are interested in that, come out of that group that make you feel good because you're still not manifested. You see how that don't look good? Being able to log on to dog a woman. Once you log out, you still single and wifeless and unmagical. So to get magicful, and married, if you choose to do that, just come get these spiritual principles. That's what I do. I give spiritual principles, and the divine blesses those that receive and act on consistently spiritual principles that I give them. You understand? Because I'm a channel. Now, the other thing I'm doing is, this is my second one. Of course, I've already done my silver tier of the Isis Goddess Mystery Temple School. It was so freaking good. baby, there are some things that the goddesses will never say online. And that's what I do in my secret goddess school. Both of these special schools, the men's course is a 60-day higher end school. We have payment plans for the brothers. You can break it up in 2 payments. We'll tell you about the details later. And it's the same for my feminines. We break yours up in 3 payments because the women's special mystery school, Isis Goddess Mystery School, is for 3 months. Baby, I'm going to give you the sacred secrets of the divine feminine, how we use our divine feminine energies to manifest the life of our dreams. Yes, just stick with me. It takes a little bit of time. But how many of you all know if you want something you never had, you got to do something you never done? And the longer you take to connect with such frequencies, the longer it's going to take for you to manifest. The thing that you frequent, I taught this for years. And of course, you hear other people saying it now. But the thing that you frequent or you do most often is what's going to set a frequency or a consistent spiritual electrical flow of blessings in your life. But you've got to lay the groundwork first. So don't come to me for no little thing to do for one little thing here. I don't do that. That's not me. I do long-term goddess magic. You understand? And this has everything to do with my own unique divine initiations that I went through supernaturally, spiritually, because I have been disrespected, rejected on more ways than one that you can imagine. So the divine and divine entities themselves had to come. And of course, my life speaks for itself. For my unique purpose. I'm not there to give you my purpose, yes, but I'm there to give you the unique principles to activate the power that's already lies dormant within you, to activate it so that you're able to live the life of your dream. All this information you can learn directly by joining my text list. We're going to put the text phone number below, 303-529-2572, 303-529-2572. And also my email list. You join my email list at VickiPlanet.com. Go to the website, scroll to the bottom. It's going to ask for your email. We tell you to do that because that way you'll learn about my upcoming new platforms by fall. You're going to learn about when I'm doing some yummy project. You're going to learn about when the official dates of these different things launch. And that's the same link, my website, where you can join my monthly mastermind school. I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in. I can't wait to see you again.